Well, I'm just here with Coventry Socialist Party Councillor Dave Nellist for the latest Coventry Socialist Party video news update on the local issues affecting residents of St Michael's Ward, but also around Coventry itself. And I suppose I really want to start with Dave, is one of the biggest stories in January this month. A shock report recently from the Coventry Evening Telegraph on exposing the levels of child poverty, thousands of local children living below the poverty line. Just how bad is it, Dave?
The shocking report, some 35,000 children in Coventry and Warwickshire living below the poverty line, and regretfully, amongst those general figures, the worst place in the whole of Coventry and Warwickshire was here in St Michael's, where, according to the report, 4 out of every 9 children are living in families where, to be honest, the odds are stacked against them right from day one. Now, this hasn't just happened overnight. It's grown up under both main parties running the council and both main parties running the government. These things don't just happen in a matter of months, but it's an indictment on those who say you can get back to business as normal. It's having business as normal that has led the rich to get richer, and unfortunately in this part of Coventry in particular, but in our area in general, thousands of children living in poverty.
So Dave, what should be done about it?
Well, the best way to lift people out of poverty is to have proper incomes. For that you need jobs, you need homes, you need stability, and we haven't got that in this town anymore. We're halfway through the Tory government taking £140 million a year out of the local economy by cuts in council funding. So what we really need is a big campaign to stand up against those cuts and to get money spent on all areas in Coventry, but particularly on those areas that are having it the hardest. We need employment, we need jobs, we need house building, we need money investing in economies, and we don't need it spending on the bankers and their bonuses.
Now Dave, just finally, back in October you were involved in supporting and promoting the Youth Fight the Jobs campaign, Jarrow March for Jobs, commemorating the 75th anniversary of the original Jarrow March. You were at the start in Jarrow, and you also brought in the march through Hillfields and through Coventry. What's happened in terms of youth issues and youth unemployment, jobs, education since they left?
Well, I was particularly proud to be part of that. I mean, I come from the North East myself, so to go at the beginning of October and to help along with Kevin Maguire from the Daily Mirror, we sort of led the march out of the town, and then they came here 3 weeks later and marched through Coventry. And one of the things the young unemployed people did while they were here is they started off a petition on youth issues in the city, particularly the disgraceful ending of the educational maintenance allowance, and the tripling of tuition fees at university, and the lack of a real fight back against youth unemployment. Now, regretfully, what's happened in a couple of months since then is that unemployment figures amongst young people are rocketing. In Britain they've gone over 20%, in Italy over 30%, in Spain nearly 50%, and it's forced European leaders just in the last days to have a crisis summit about what they're going to do about youth unemployment, and regretfully they don't do anything to help the situation for the young unemployed, because it's a system which requires both a reserve army of labour when it comes to unemployment, but also driving down the living standards of people in order to pay for the bankers in their system to have the profits that they've got at the moment. That petition that was organised in October in Coventry, that went to a meeting in the council house a few days ago, and we got a bit of a concession out of the council. They're now going to look at organising a meeting, a conference of youth organisations, from trade unions, from schools, from communities, involving people like Youth Fight for Jobs, who organised that march and that petition, to try and develop a campaign in Coventry against the scandalous level of youth unemployment and the tripling of tuition fees. We've seen only just this weekend new figures that come out that say now there's a 10% drop in applications for universities across the country because the prospect of a £50,000 debt after you've paid tuition fees and loans for going for 3 years for university is something which working class people in particular can't afford to make. So our petition, our meeting at the conference, is part of our developing work amongst young people in this city. You're not alone in thinking these things affecting you. Come and join us through Youth Fight for Jobs, through the Socialist Party, through our campaigns. We can fight back and make the system and make the condemned government back off on these attacks on youth.
Thanks, Dave, and thanks for taking the time out to speak to us. And as Dave said, if you agree or interested in finding out more about what Dave's been saying, but also wider issues, please think about getting active, coming to Socialist Party branch meetings, which take place weekly across the city, and think about joining the Socialist Party to fight for a change in society for socialism.